Viewed through binoculars, Io, one of Jupiter's 4 largest moons, will look much like it did to Galileo Galilei, who discovered it in 1610. 369 years later, the spacecraft named after Galileo sent back images of a violent world covered with active volcanoes, the first volcanoes seen in our solar system beyond Earth. Some of Io's volcanoes are like those in Earth's early history, while others aren't like anything ever seen on Earth. On Io, plumes can spew material higher than 300 kilometers, 190 miles, high enough to give the moon a tenuous atmosphere. Some gases from Io's atmosphere get caught up in Jupiter's whirling magnetic field and are spun into a giant torus, the shape of a donut encircling Jupiter. Some of the material falls back onto Io. Here it has formed a ring around the volcano named Pele. Most moons in our solar system have crater-covered surfaces, but Io's continuous volcanic activity is constantly changing its surface, erasing any impact craters that might have occurred. In January 2001, on its way to Saturn, the Cassini spacecraft combined forces with Galileo to study Io simultaneously from 2 vantage points. They found a new volcanic plume near Io's North Pole. This month, Galileo is flying over that site again, searching for a possible magnetic field. It will see how Io's surface has changed, and if the volcano is still active, Galileo may fly right through the thin gases high in its plume.
Well, hello everybody. This is Scott Roberts, and I'm just back from being away for a couple of weeks. We ended up our whole program with the Global Star Party on December 21st, the Great Conjunction. It was awesome to celebrate that with the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada. And it was, so we did it in 5 parts. If you watched the program, you would know that. But we had, I don't know, something like 45,000 people watch these videos. So it was a great star party because it was just, it was celebrated globally. People were all kind of unified, all looking at the same thing, and sharing this awesome experience, that humans haven't seen in like, I don't know, hundreds of years, 800 years, something like that. So it's just incredible, and that's really one of the things that that I like to talk about is the unifying aspect of astronomy, especially amateur astronomy, and the benefits of being out under the night sky and letting all your problems compress down, and for you to personally gain a new perspective, in this world of all kinds of distractions and crazy things going on. There's something much larger than all of that, and that is, of course, our universe. And it can start straight up from your backyard, and no matter what size telescope you have, or binoculars, or just naked eye astronomy, the more you kind of absorb that. The knowledge that you can learn of distances and scale and those types of things are so very, very important. And so today marks, January 7th was the first day that Galileo had turned his telescope over to Jupiter. And he discovered the moons Io, Europa, and Callisto. These are the original Galilean satellites, and he made careful drawings over the course of a week. And so one of the members here that's watching was saying, well, we should celebrate Galileo Week, so maybe it's more like Galileo's Discovery Week of Jupiter's moons or something. I don't know. Maybe we make that into an acronym or something, But it's great to see all of our viewers here. Let me recognize some of the people here. Dusty Haskins, he's saying yay. We got Aaron Thompson here. Richard Grace, the Astro Beard, is there. We've got Book Davies, wishing that we all had a good Christmas and a happy New Year day. I think a lot of us did. I think a lot of us, especially during this pandemic, with being restricted as we are, really cherish the moments that we can spend time together. Done safely, done cautiously, but it just seems to make it all the more precious. I can think of all the other, many holidays that seem to kind of get blurred into the past somehow, but I don't think anybody's going to forget Christmas, the holiday season of 2020. So, we've all experienced hardships. Some of us experienced loss, and we have to be thankful for every day that we have. And so, I think a lot of that was on a lot of people's minds. And Book Davies, my favorite show. This is it. Oh, that's awesome, man. Thank you. Now you guys can see that I am here, not in my office. I'm here in an apartment, and I'll be doing broadcasts from here for a couple of weeks. Not because I have COVID, but because I did go outside of the country, and that was an experience all into itself. I hadn't traveled in a long time, and so I decided that I needed to do that to visit family. And so on the way back, I decided, we decided as a company that I should, for safety reasons, stay working from, remotely for a couple of weeks just in case. The problem is that when you fly outside the country, you have to get a COVID test, okay, which I did and tested negative and everything. And you have to show this negative COVID test going through customs. But on the return back, guess which country does not require a COVID test? This one, okay? And so, flying back, you just have to take lots of precautions. I did get tested again while I was out there, just because I wanted to. And then on the way back, I was just utterly shocked that the United States does not require COVID testing for people coming into this country. So I think that we should do that, and I think I'm going to write to my congressman and make that recommendation because a lot of countries are doing it safer than we are, so especially when it comes to travel like that. Just my opinion. Anyways, nice to see you, Jeff. And who else? James, the astrophotographer. Hope everybody had a blessed and safe holiday. Aaron Thompson. It's great to see all you guys. It's awesome. Satish Puri, I know he's in India, so thank you for tuning in, Mr. Puri. I've been in touch with your son, and we've talked about the telescope that he has, and he's getting his whole system set up now, which is totally cool. Beatrice Hines, hi Stargazers. I'm glad the Explore Scientific Show is back because I missed it. Best wishes for 2021. Again, that's just, it's great. Christy White, maybe that's Libby there. So, Libby, if that's you, hello. Missed all of you guys, really have. So we're going to resume our regular daily programming starting tomorrow. Okay, I know tomorrow's Friday. So we'll have Jerry Hubble on with us, and we'll try to get Tyler Bowman on for a little while as well. It's been like super, super busy. What was it like? We compared numbers of people buying stuff, asking questions, all the rest of that stuff from this December or 2020 December to 2019 December. And we really did have a tenfold increase in business. And that was something felt industry-wide. Anybody that was in this business experienced this incredible surge, and so it made it tough on companies to do what they needed to do as far as trying to reach everybody for customer service and that kind of thing. But when you get a surge like that, you just can get overwhelmed, and that's what this business is like. It's kind of volatile in that way. You can have a great comet, you can have something like that, but you never know how the audience is going to really engage with that. And sometimes it's really positive, sometimes it's great comet, but nobody's really watching it. The news doesn't pick up on it for whatever reason, and it's a ho hum. But anyhow, we appreciate all the support that all of you have given us throughout 2020, and we got some really cool things planned for this year, 2021, and so. We will, along with the regular daily programming that I've done, we have a new show that will be coming up that will try to help parents who are challenged with teaching their kids at home. So a lot of parents have discovered that that they are going to be taking up the homeschooling option. So we want them to learn science, and so that's we're going to try to enable them with some of that stuff, both with telescopes and microscopes and different kinds of science experiments. So I'm excited about that. Jim Norwood says, "Welcome back, Scott. Tell Tyler to quit ghosting the photo contest." Well, I don't know about this yet, Jim. So I will find out from Tyler tomorrow what's going on with that. So John Parashilli, boy, I know that it's been tough getting a focal reducer for my Celestron Edge HD 9 1/4. Yeah, John, I don't know what brand or type you've been looking for. Maybe there's a very specific type. A lot of times for a telescope, it is very, very specific, and most focal reducers are matched to the f ratio. So if it's with the 9 1/4, that's a fairly unique telescope in the Schmidt-Cassegrain line, and so you probably should wait and get the right thing. The buying that happened in 2020. Was unprecedented, and so it's the telescope industry is almost like a cottage industry. We make very few, in a run. We don't make thousands and thousands of things. We make hundreds of things is what we do, and so it can get tough when you got a lot of demand on something. So, and I've experienced that with all different brands when I was a retailer at OPT. When I worked at Mead Instruments, I watched, Mead struggle through that. And now with my own company, I experienced that kind of the same thing. It's just very small business. You're only making a few of something, and that's the way it is. So, but hang in there, John. The other option is for you to find one used, and there is a company. I'll put it in here in chat. The guy you want to talk to, his name is Bill Vorse, and the company that he runs is called Telescope Warehouse. Now, what this guy does is he buys and sells used stuff, and he's very, very good about it. When he gets used equipment, he's meticulous about every part. He checks it himself. This dude is really into astronomy himself and has been into it for decades. And so, very reliable guy, a person I always recommend if you're looking for something obscure, hard to find, or you're looking for a deal on a used piece of equipment. He's a good guy to go to. Mike Overacker, he says, I'm chomping at the bit to start doing astronomy outreach directly to people as soon as possible. I hope Explore Scientific adds me to the webpage list soon. Mike, I'm looking forward to having you on there as well. So, we'll work on that now that I'm back. So, I think this is probably Libby here. Replying to Explore Scientific USA, we missed you and the crew. So we all missed you guys too. So I did want to also re-mention, I've been talking about it in our programming, but we've been away for 2 weeks, actually longer than that. But on January 14th, we have scheduled to do a global star party with the Night Sky Network. And so that's really exciting to me. We'll be there with Vivian White, who is one of the leaders of Night Sky Network. And, I think they'll be a really fantastic program. So, but anyhow, it's been a strange last few days, but we've got, we'll all push ahead, and we'll continue doing what we do with, here at Explore Alliance and the Explore Scientific's programming, and got lots of great star parties planned. I was talking to the people at the Winter Star Party. Winter Star Party was one of the star parties that was scheduled to be an in-person type of star party in 2021. They decided to go virtual, so they asked me to help them in live casting that. So I will be doing that with them. We have the Astronomical League live programs that are coming up. In fact, let me get you the date for that. The next one will be January 15th, and it'll be their second Astronomical League live program. And Terry Mann is the one that's handling all that, and she'll line up a great sequence of speakers and stuff like that. So you're going to want to be able to tune into that. And then on February 8th, I'm going to be doing a program in Chile, and I'm going to try to live cast that as well. If you're certainly, you'll hear me in English, but it'll be translated into Spanish, and so that's kind of exciting. I love astronomy down there in Chile. The southern hemisphere skies are incredible. When we can more easily travel, I'm going to recommend that you guys go visit Alain Maury at his astronomy village that he has there at the Atacama Desert, and I think that you're going to find that to be incredible if you can do that. You should definitely have that on your bucket list. If you're an amateur astronomer and you haven't seen the southern hemisphere Milky Way, all I got to tell you is you got to do it. So, amazing things like this opposition of Saturn and Jupiter, a total eclipse, these kinds of things, these amazing, mind-blowing kind of astronomical events. Well, I'm going to tell you that the southern hemisphere Milky Way is that kind of mind-blowing, so you really got to go see that. Yeah. And that's right, Book Davies in the Atacama. I may not be pronouncing that right. I do often mispronounce things, so I do apologize if I'm getting that wrong. But anyhow, I hope that you guys all got some great viewing in. I hope that you watched as much of that sequence of the Great Conjunction as possible. It was beautiful. I was in Central America during this last couple of weeks, and I did watch the conjunction from down there as well, so it's interesting to see everything kind of shifted in the sky when you go down more to southern latitudes. So, but anyhow, Armando Lee is watching from the Philippines. That's cool. I want to see who else is watching here. Who else do we have? Book Davies. Edwin Sanchez from Guatemala. Okay, that's cool, man. Yeah, so if you're down there, you get to see so much more of the sky than a lot of people do. So very, very cool. And James says, I have not had a clear night since December 8th. Geez. James, maybe there's a way that you can get away and travel to some clearer skies. I can't remember where you live. I think that you live like in the Dallas area, as I recall, but I may be wrong about that. But there are places that you can go. We got now they're all coming out here. Mateo Castro, greetings from Argentina. That's awesome. Wolfgang, good morning from Germany. Richard Tanello, greetings from the Gravity Discovery Center Observatory in Western Australia. Geez, that is totally cool. Yeah. So, Richard, you're going to have to get in touch with us to be part of one of the Global Star Party events. In fact, any of you guys that want to participate in that, we're really happy to get you guys signed up and to schedule you in for Global Star Party. So we'll be resuming those, for the weekly Global Star Party events that we do. We did 27 of them, last year, and we plan to do a lot more this year. So I think it's going to be totally cool. And I know there's stuff that I'm forgetting right now, but I will catch up, and we will put in mentions in the coming attractions that I'll be doing here regularly as well, just to kind of keep you in tune and in step with what we're doing. And if you guys have any other questions or of me, we can take a couple of minutes here. But what else is happening? What else is coming up? We have, it's Galileo week. He discovered these moons and watched these moons from the 7th through the 15th. So that's totally cool. I'm not seeing anything like ground shaking, but the sky is alive every night. And so, there are comets out all the time. A lot of them very faint, but they're out all the time. There's always some remarkable, amazing thing that's happening in the sky, some major discovery. Part of astronomy is reading about it and writing about it yourself and interacting, and doing the outreach and stuff. So, there's we do. I love doing educational outreach, and this is one of the ways that I'm able to do it. I would go probably crazy, I think, if I couldn't interact with other amateur astronomers and try to get the experience out somehow. One of the things I love doing is doing sidewalk astronomy and showing people on the street, their first ever views of Saturn or the moon or whatever. So, anyhow, and for all of you guys that got lots of clouds, it makes me wonder if you bought a bunch of new astronomy gear, so it's possible. There is a correlation there. But we will be back on tomorrow. We'll be on with Jerry. I'll pin down Tyler about that astrophotography contest for you guys. I did get a piece of news too. The observatory tents are on the water. They are on their way. We did have a couple of production models sent in so I could photograph them. The images that you see in the online were a prototype of the 2-room observatory tent, but I'm excited to see a production one myself and set it up. So at one point I'll do a video of me setting one up outside, and maybe it'll be a time-lapse one or something, so it's not too boring. But anyways, thank you very much. It's great to reconnect with you. And, as my friend Jack Horkheimer would always say, keep looking up, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so take care and good night.